Our brains are wired to see failure as a threat, like a saber-toothed tiger. But what if you could rewire your brain to see failure as data, as a necessary stepping stone? This simple reframing technique will show you how. Welcome back to Take and Grow, your guide to mastering your mindset and unlocking your full potential.
Dr. Chen, the saber-toothed tiger. That is exactly what it feels like. I have this business idea I've been working on for a year. I have notebooks full of plans, but have I launched it? No, I'm stuck.
You're describing perfectionism paralysis. It's the pain point for millions. You feel stuck in a rut, you see others moving forward, but you are procrastinating on your most important goals. And it's all driven by that fear.
It is. It's a physical feeling. The moment I think about launching the website, my chest tightens. What if it fails? What if people laugh? What if I invest all this time and money and it's a complete flop? The what ifs is so terrifying that doing nothing, just staying in my rut, feels safer.
You've just diagnosed the problem perfectly. Your brain's ancient survival hardware, the amygdala, can't tell the difference between the social threat of failure and the physical threat of a predator. To your brain, failure is the saber-toothed tiger. So it triggers a fight or flight response.
Or in my case, a freeze response. I just procrastinate. I'll clean my entire apartment instead of working on the one thing that matters.
Procrastination is not a character flaw, it's a fear response. It's your brain's misguided attempt to protect you from the tiger. The problem is, we've tied our identity to the outcome. We think, if my project fails, I am a failure. This is the belief that must be broken. And the solution is to stop being the prey and start being the scientist. The reframe is this: failure is not a person, it is an event. And that event is simply data. It is an unexpected result.
Unexpected result. That sounds so clinical. My bank account failing would feel pretty personal.
Let's reframe that. Think of a scientist testing a new vaccine. Her first 99 trials failed to produce a result. Does she throw her clipboard down, yell, "I'm a failure," and quit?
No, of course not. That would be a terrible scientist.
Why? What does she do?
She goes back to the lab. She looks at the data from the failed trials to see why they failed.
Exactly. The failure is the lesson. The 99 failures are not defeats. They are 99 data points on what not to do. They are the necessary stepping stones to finding the 100th version that works. This is the growth mindset in action. People who are paralyzed by perfectionism are trying to get it right on the first try. People who succeed are trying to learn on the first try.
Okay, I get this conceptually. Be a scientist. But my business idea feels so much more personal than a lab experiment. How do I actually do that?
You do it by decoupling yourself from the project. You have to adopt a new mindset for taking action. You're not launching your dream, you are running a test. This is how you stop procrastinating. You create a practical system for experimentation. Here is the 3-step technique to reframe failure and finally take action. Step 1. Define your minimum viable test, MVT. Your fear is huge because your project looks like Mount Everest. The leap is too big. We're not going to launch the business. That's terrifying. We're going to run one small, cheap test. Instead of build a whole brand, the MVT is create one product and post it on Etsy. Instead of become a YouTuber, the MVT is make and upload one video, even an unlisted one. The goal is not to succeed, the goal is to ship.
So I'm just testing the smallest possible version of the idea. That already lowers the stakes. It's not my whole life's work on the line.
Precisely. Now step 2, predefine your failure as data. This is the most critical part. Before you even start your MVT, you write down what a failure would look like and what data you would get from it. MVT, post one product on Etsy. Perfectionist fear, what if no one buys it? I'm a failure and my idea is terrible. Scientists reframe, if no one buys it, I will have collected data point number 1. The data might say, A, my photos were bad. B, my price was wrong. C, my keywords were undiscoverable. D, the product itself isn't in demand. My next test will be to change one of those variables. The failure is just the start of the real work.
This is a complete shift. You're not afraid of the failure. You're using the failure. You're giving it a job.
You are expecting it. You're inviting it in because it's just information. This brings us to step 3. Analyze, don't agonize. When the MVT fails, gets low views, no sales, etc., you are not allowed to mope. You are not allowed to say, I'm a failure. You must put on your lab coat, open your notebook, and analyze the data. What happened? Why? What is the next experiment? This systematic process is how you overcome the fear of failure. You replace the emotional panic with logical analysis.
So the cure for procrastination isn't motivation or discipline. It's a better system.
It's a better system for processing a natural part of life. Failure is inevitable, but staying stuck is a choice. This system allows you to fail, learn, and keep going. That's the secret. So, your fear of failure is a natural tiger response from your brain. To stop procrastinating, you must reframe it. Stop being the prey, see failure as data, not defeat. Act like a scientist. Don't take a leap. Run a minimum viable test, MVT. Use the 3-step technique. 1. Define your MVT. 2. Predefine failure as data. 3. Analyze, don't agonize.
This is so freeing. The goal isn't to be perfect. The goal is to learn. My procrastination isn't a personality flaw. It's just a fear of a tiger that isn't really there.
Exactly. You've just rewired the threat. You've overcome the fear by giving it a new meaning.
If this reframe just gave you a massive aha moment, hit that like button to let us know. This is a game changer for all of us procrastinators.
And if you are serious about mastering your mindset and building the habits that help you take action, subscribe to Take and Grow. Share this with one person you know who is stuck in perfectionism paralysis.
We have a challenge for you. Don't wait. What is one small, minimum viable test you've been procrastinating on?
What is the 1-day or 24-hour version of your big goal? Share your MVT in the comments below. Let's start gathering data. Thank you for tuning in to Take and Grow.